Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is DJ Kanai here with my first, I guess, mini scheme slash tip video. We're gonna go over um, a formation that I use in some of my gameplay. That formation would be strong close, and I'm gonna give you a little mini scheme to go off of that. So I know there's probably a lot of mini schemes out there using strong close, but maybe you can take something from the one I have to offer. So let's go into strong close. And let's see here. Let me get my other controller going. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's pick a formation on defense. We'll just do 3-4 odd and cover 3 sky. Okay. So the first play I want to go over is Halfback Force. So this is a good base running play that you want to start off in strong close. We'll just go ahead and run it as is. So we picked up a couple of yards there. So there are a couple of things you can do based on what the defense gives you. So a good Madden player would probably, adjust to what you're doing. So you could say they would slide the line right, just based on how many guys you have over there, and probably take this guy and move him down over here. So what you could do in response to that is definitely, switch the play the other way around, move your fullback this way and run it. Oh, wrong play. All right, let's try it one more time. All right, so let's choose Halfback Force this time. So we're going to slide the line right, bring this guy down over here to simulate if he's anticipating if we're going to run to the right. So like I said, you're going to switch the play, move your fullback to the left, and then run the play. So as you can see, we got some pretty good yardage there. So that's just one thing you can do with that. If you see your opponent adjusting to where he sees your how he sees your formation, and you can actually move him to the left just to fake him out a little bit. And if you actually press the right analog stick to the right, it'll kind of fake him out, letting him know, hey, maybe he changed it to the left. So maybe, he'll start doing this and shifting everyone to the left. And now you have that big gaping side or to the right. Man, I did it again. All right. Sorry, guys. Okay. So like I said, so you can probably fake out your opponent by switching it, moving him to the left, and giving what we call a fake butt tap. And so when you flick it to the right, you're still going the same way. So we'll show the play out. You're still going the same way, but the opponent will probably think, hey, he's going over there, so he'll probably move the line to the left, the linebackers to the left, and maybe even someone from up top, coming down over here. So with all that being said, let's run it to the right. You still got some pretty good coverage, I guess, from there. It didn't really work out in our favor, but so another thing you can definitely do is so let's say we do everything that we said previously. We'll move the fullback over there and do the fake butt tap, and then right before you're about to snap the ball, if you want to move them, and oh my goodness, I am so sorry, guys. Maybe I should have chose it right from the menu. Okay, so we have fullback force, or halfback force, sorry. And then we're gonna do everything that I said. So move that, do the fake butt tap, Then he'll move everybody over there. And then right when you're about to snap it, move the fullback, and while he's still in motion, go and snap it. And you got that nice like range of green there. All right, so Halfback Force is usually my base play when it comes to strong close. Let's move on to a Halfback Dive. So that's one thing I like to have in my arsenal too. So just in case they start adjusting to you doing Halfback Force all the time, whether you switching it over to the left side instead of the right, and then so they'll start adjusting, I'm pretty sure. So they'll start spreading their line, moving their linebackers, doing whatever. So once you start seeing that, that's when Halfback Dive comes into play. So let's just say they're adjusting to you doing fullback force. You go to Halfback Dive, which we got it there. Run it right up the gut, gain a few yards. And that's good if Halfback Force gets you about maybe about 6 to 7 yards, and you can just run it up the gut and gain a first down. Because we gained about 3 yards on that one. So let's again they'll start adjusting, bringing the guys down, doing whatever they need to do, and then we'll go ahead and just run it up the gut. See right there, we gained about maybe 5 yards or so. All right, so there's the running scheme that I like to do on my audibles. Now, Buck's Y Trail, or it's just called Y Trail, if you don't make a custom playbook. So we'll go and select that, and this is what the play art looks like. So you got your number 1 receiver on the left doing kind of like a fade route. You have your circle receiver doing a slant, and then this is why they call it a Y trail, is because you got your receiver going, and then your tight end is going to be following him, doing moving a motion to the right, and then doing a slant down the middle of the field. Now, this is good to run just stock if you want. You can always find reads. So we're playing against the cover 3 right now. So if you just want to run it against zone, across the middle there, you can find your circle receiver. And then opponents usually control the linebacker or user it. So if you want, you can wait for that circle receiver to go across the field, and they'll start following them. And then your Y trail comes in, and you pass it to the tight end. Let's see if we can get that going. It probably won't work against the computer because they usually just stick to their zones. But we'll see what's up. Let's run it. So you got it right there, right in the middle of the zones. And then your square receiver, if you have a speed demon on that side, Andre Johnson's he's a great catcher, but he doesn't have the speed like Deshaun Jackson or anybody. So he's probably not going to be the best, or the fade route's not going to be the best thing for him. So we'll just try to chunk it up to him, see what happens. Since it's a cover 3, it's probably not going to work out in our favor. So we'll just see what happens. So we kind of got one-on-one. Oh, he dropped it. Usually he'll catch that, but so that's a good route. So some audibles that you can do depending on what your opponent does. So my personal favorite is just to slant the square receiver, so you can have a zone beater and a man beater all in one. The Y trail, the X tight end, that beats zone, the slant beats zone, and or both slants do actually, and they also beat man. So let's go and switch to man coverage here. We'll do cover 2 man. So they switch it up, and the slants are just gonna destroy man coverage. Oh, he fumbled. Wow. So either thing that your opponent does, so we'll just go and switch the square receiver to a slant, And we'll go back to zone here. I'll do cover 3 sky. And we'll see what happens. So you got square wide open in between the zones over there. Let's look at circle this time. Okay. So there's the play art. And then circle is probably not the best way to do it. So you probably want to look at circle in the middle of the field. The only danger about having square on a slant and circle is that they're going to meet in the middle. So if you throw it directly in the middle while they're crossing each other, the pass is probably going to be incomplete. So let's go ahead and switch your square receiver to a slant and see what happens. Or we'll look at the circle again. So you're pretty much going to have to do it pretty quick. So let's look at it again. So we're still in cover 3 on defense. All right. So yeah, you have to look in between those linebackers or the yellow zones for the circle receiver. But the square receiver is going to be open on the right side of the field every time. So let's go and look at that again. Boom, right there. And that's easily a good amount of yardage there. All right. So let's look at the X receiver there. So we got square and we got the circle. Now let's take a look at X. So depending on what your opponent likes to do, I can either keep him the way it is. If your opponent keeps on following the circle receiver, you can keep his route stock, or you can, so you can just do that, or you can go over here and streak him. So let's put him on a streak. So you see him right there. And usually you can get him in between the zones. Right there. So what you want to do is you want to pass lead inside. And throw the ball in between where someone's not going to get in the way and intercept it. So we'll try that again. So we'll go over here, streak him. Just want to make sure. So this is what the play art looks like. And it didn't work that time. So you just want to be careful with that because it's not going to work every time. You just want to keep an eye on it. So if you want to streak him, put the square receiver on a circle, or excuse me, a slant, and let's see how it works out. I have him on a fade. Let me put a streak. There you go. That's what a streak looks like. All right. So let's look at X, but if not, you want to make sure you go through your reads. So we'll go through X and then see if square is open on the right-hand side. If not, then we'll take a look at circle, because circle is usually the last one to get open against zone. So let's take a look. All right. So X wasn't going to work, so we went to square. So you always want to make sure that you're not going to get intercepted with X. So let's see if X happens again. So that's what the play art looks like. Let me go and put square on a slant. So that time, yeah, that was a bad read. So you just want to make sure that you go through all your reads before you make a decision, or else you'll get intercepted. So let's go ahead and go to my next play in my audible, which is Cowboy Y option. And this is what this is what the play art looks like. So my main targets on this one is the halfback or the square receiver doing that kind of like an in route and then it goes out. That's definitely a man beater. The angle route that the halfback is doing is a zone beater, and if you want, you can definitely be patient enough to wait for circle to get open down the field in the middle. So let's go ahead and look at the halfback. So he kind of got stuck right there, but you can always find him in the middle against zone. So we'll go ahead and go back to cowboy option. And this time we'll look at circle. There you go. So that's a good play to use against zone. Hit them right in the middle, in between them. You might want to user catch that pass. If you don't know how to user catch, is after you throw it, press circle. You can control the receiver, and then press triangle to catch it or hold it. So we'll go at circle again. There we go. So we'll look at square. Oh, excuse me. That was the wrong play. I was like, what is he doing? He's not doing the right route. All right, so we got the play art there. So we can kind of squeeze it in between the, I think the cover 3 has a light blue, a yellow zone, and then a deep zone, which can be beat by this route, but it's really tricky because sometimes the linebackers will definitely react to it. So let's try it one more time. So it's all about the timing. Yeah, it got intercepted. So it's all about the timing and how you get it down. So let's try running it one more time with the square route. Ooh, that was just inaccuracy by Fitzgerald right there. Or Fitzpatrick. Fitzgerald. Let's try it one more time. Another inaccurate pass. Okay, so you don't want to pass lead too much on this one. Let's do it without pass leading. Okay, so don't pass lead on that one. Well, if you have an accurate QB, then pass lead, but I don't have a too much of an accurate QB. So let's try it one more time. So you kind of want to do it right when he cuts to the left. Wow, I didn't even pass lead, and that was way out there. That was terrible. All right, one more time for old time's sake. So you kind of want to wait until it gets in between the zones. All right, so let's do it against man. Switch to a man defense. We'll go to cover 2 man. And again, with all this, we're just doing the basic cover 2 man and cover 3 zone plays. And you just want to make sure you adjust to whatever your opponent's doing, because they're not just going to, well, good Madden players will not just straight up do zone. They'll mix it up with like a linebacker covering a man covering somebody or whatnot. So so we got cover 2 man. So excuse me, wrong play. There we go. Okay, so what's definitely going to beat man is the square route and the triangle route. Let's go with the square route one time. So you got it open right over there, so that you want to be patient because he's going to cut in field and then cut out. So just make sure you don't throw it too early or you don't throw it too late, because the defender can definitely undercut the route and intercept it, and that may be a pick 6 because there's nobody on that side of the field. Let's throw it to circle or square again. Oh, forgot to change. Oh, look at Hopkins. All right. Forgot to change the play. Kind of new to this, guys, so bear with me. So we'll go in here. This is our play art for Cowboy Y option, and then we'll change it to man. And let's go to the square receiver again. So he'll cut in, out. That's all day. Okay. So we'll go back to that. Go to man. All right, next route we're going to be looking at is the triangle route, the halfback. It was bad. A bad read. Okay, so the halfback versus man is going to be a little bit tricky because he's usually guarded by the linebacker, which is right here, this guy. And so you kind of want to be patient with him because as all the other defenders start to follow their guy, the halfback is definitely going to have more speed than linebacker. So you want to be patient with him. So let's go ahead and change the plays. Got cover 2 man versus this. Kind of want to be patient. And eventually he'll beat him. Okay. Now, I never got the grasp of this route, the ghost routes that the tight end does. So right now I'm thinking he's going to, do a little in route, but then come back in as what the play art says. So we'll go ahead and look at that. I rarely throw it to the tight end on this play. But if you'd like, you can just go ahead and do an in route and maybe even do a super in route by doing a smart route. But right now, we'll just leave it the way it is right here. And this is definitely going to beat man as well. So let's go and run it. Okay. Let's try it one more time. All right, so we got everything set up. You want to do an in route with the tight end. That's what it looks like. That's money. All right. So we'll look at the circle routes, which looks like that with Hopkins. This one I wouldn't recommend doing against man, but we can try it out and see how it works out. You just want to be careful with your reads, as always. There we go. So you always want to keep an eye out for the deep defender, the deep blues. So since they each share half of the field, you want to do it right in the middle. So let's try that one more time. So we got this set up. There we go. And then, so guys, if you want to, put your own flavor into these schemes that I'm giving you, definitely go ahead. So I hope you kind of learned something today. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me or go ahead and leave a comment, and I'll go ahead and try my best to get to you. Which I don't get too many comments, so I probably will. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll be having more tip videos as well as more gameplay with Madden and other games for you. So I appreciate you watching. My name is DJ Kanai. Peace out.